This is Matrixlord 212, and this message is going out to Happy Days 999. I'm sorry that you don't like my videos anymore, dude. And this is going to everybody, really. I am not preaching hatred, okay? There's a difference between not liking what's going on and hating on something. I don't call up the BBC 24/7. I don't send complaints in 24/7. If I really hated on Stephen Moffat or the BBC, believe me when I tell you that they would know it and everyone would know it. Me making a YouTube video, which I'm nobody special anyway, but talking about Doctor Who and saying that I don't like something that's going on is not in any way, shape, or form hatred. Let's define hatred first of all, okay? Hatred is someone hatred is something, an emotion that is brought on by someone loathing, despising someone so much that they go above and beyond the limit scale to either destroy that person or people or a cause and basically spend their whole majority of their time trying to destroy something. Now, me hating Stephen Moffat or the BBC is not the case in any way, shape, or form. I am a fan of Doctor Who since age 4. Okay, I am a huge critic in a way because I've been watching Doctor Who. I'm 39 years old now. Okay, so I am not going to like all the episodes you like, and I'm sorry about that. I'm also not going to like what's going on, being that the stories, in my eyes, are not giving the full undivided attention. Okay, and when I feel that Doctor Who is headed towards cancellation or headed in the wrong direction, I am going to make videos about it. Now, that is not hatred in any way, shape, or form. If I hated Doctor Who, I wouldn't have all these websites promoting Doctor Who. Okay? Fight for Who, Doctor Who Universe, say no to the BBC for cutting back Doctor Who in 2012, 2013. Okay? TARDIS Travelers. Alright? I do Who.I as like a thing where all fans can make songs based on Doctor Who. I talk about Doctor Who all the time until I'm blue in the face. Okay, that is not hatred towards Doctor Who, because there is love for Doctor Who. I don't like that, and this has been proven, and you could prove me wrong, Happy Days 999. Stephen Moffat has said to himself, he is nearing the end. Okay, it's almost time to go. Russell T. Davies had said that he was basically, in so many words, about to leave, was burned out, didn't want to hurt the show and the integrity of the show and the writing, so he decided to leave. Moffat had stated this to Radio Times, yet he's staying for 2 years supposedly. Okay, obviously you have a showrunner that does Sherlock, that does Doctor Who, that wrote Tintin, that has other personal problems in his life, or whatever fiascos and different things where he's going through producers like tissues. He's fighting back and forth. The BBC are knocking their own showrunner, saying like he's the fault behind everything, and he's mocking back. Then they're on play terms, but the show is suffering, Happy Days. Not Stephen Moffat. The show is suffering. And the BBC, yes, the BBC dropped the ball. Because maybe it's my 20 years of retail, maybe it's all my different experience throughout life, but you don't have the main actor of the show contract be up during the 50th year anniversary celebration of the show. Why? Because it distracts away from the 50th year anniversary celebration. Someone screwed up with the contracts. When they were signing Matt Smith, they should have said, and if he only wanted a certain amount of years, they should have said, well, we'll give you this, but we don't want your departure to mess up with the anniversary if you don't want to stay. So we'll give you an additional 6 months, so that way when you leave, it's clearly after the 50th anniversary. Okay, with Matt Smith leaving, everybody's not focused on the 50th anniversary. They are focused on Matt Smith leaving and the 12th Doctor. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, when you have fans like myself, as well as Dr. Freedom and everyone else, so devoted to the show that we spend majority of our time and even our spare time and every time we have running Doctor Who sites, making podcasts, going on each other's podcasts, talking about the show, what episodes we liked, what episodes we didn't like. That's dedication. That's not hatred for the show. Okay? I got home late from work and did a podcast when I was dead tired. Why? Because I love Doctor Who. Not hatred. I love Doctor Who. I didn't even shave this morning. Look at this. Are you kidding me right now? I'm not starting yet, but it's a thing where I love Doctor Who. If I don't love Doctor Who, after traveling to work for 3 hours, then working 13 hours, then traveling 3 hours to come home, basically almost up 24 hours, and then doing a podcast for like an hour, that's dedication. Okay, that's my love for my show. And you know what? Not my show, but the show I love, Doctor Who. But the thing is, you're getting things clouded and misconstrued. Okay, what I'm trying to open people's mind about is that if the full attention can't go to Doctor Who from Stephen Moffat, then leave. Okay, you have storylines you developed in Series 5. It should have been resolved in Series 6. Maybe Series 7. You start delaying the episodes. You start splitting the episodes. Why were the episodes split? Why were the episodes delayed? Were you working on a movie script for Tintin? I don't know. Was it the BBC? I don't know. Did you not want to do Series 8 so you can focus on the 50th anniversary? I don't know. Did you not want to do Series 8 so you could focus on the 50th anniversary and focus on getting a 12th Doctor? I don't know. Okay? What really the focus needs to be on is why we're losing so many episodes of Doctor Who and why fans ain't making a stink about it. Not Matrixlord, I don't like his videos, I used to like his videos, but he preaches hate. That's not hate. It's called fighting for who? Fighting for Doctor Who. Fighting for the 14 episodes a year. Walking Dead could do, what, 30 some odd episodes? I mean, what are they going to be doing, 26 episodes a year? Come on. Fight for Doctor Who. There's a difference. I had my show canceled. Okay, and then it was canceled again in '96. I'm not having my show canceled again. If you see that as hatred, see it as you will. I want Doctor Who to continue, and I will do everything possible to make sure it continues. If I was rich, I'd give them money to do it. It's not about money, of course, but it's a simple point. Okay? The attention is not with Doctor Who. Neil Gaiman could get a perfect 10 for the Doctor's wife. For some mysterious reason, Moffat interferes in the script. Neil Gaiman basically said he interfered with the script, and it's not a perfect 10, by any means. Don't interfere in the other writers' scripts. Leave it alone. If you want to add a word or two, that's fine. But this is ridiculous. Okay? It's about egos. Look at Moffat's videos. Look at Moffat's interviews. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's about Doctor Who, not about Stephen Moffat. It's about 50 years of history. I'm surprised no one makes a stink that 50 years of history, somebody basically wiped their ass with it and creating a new Doctor out of the blue. That's erasing the history that I watched. And that's not Doctor Who. John Hurt is not the Doctor. John Hurt is not the 8th Doctor, the 9th Doctor, because Christopher Eccleston didn't like the script, because maybe classic doctors don't like it, that Matt Smith is made by Stephen Moffat as the ultimate Doctor, and they all stink, and people walk off and people leave. You don't get pissed off and immediately don't stop filming, but change your whole script in like 5 minutes and make John Hurt the Doctor, and not only that, but change the name of the Doctor script too. Come on. Come on. It's ridiculous. You mad at the 9th Doctor, so he's the 9th Doctor now? It's called, like, ego getting in the way of the show. Okay? If the classic Doctors appear, that is awesome. That is great. That's everything I could hope and dream for. If they don't, I'm right. Okay? Christopher Eccleston leaving, that's a big friggin' deal. Okay, because it's not even a new Who anniversary, let alone a 50th anniversary. All right, you got to think about things. You got to think about why are you creating so many mysteries in Doctor Who and questions, and nothing is being answered. Okay, some people in Great Britain are the biggest critics because they've flat out ripped Doctor Who and saying, "Oh my God, a leaf destroyed a planet. What kind of crap is this? Cancel Doctor Who." Did I say cancel Doctor Who? No. I like the Rings of Akatin, by the way. Anyway, but still, this is not hatred. You got to understand and define the word hatred. And I'm not coming down on you, Happy Days 999. I'm just trying to open your eyes to the fact that, and I'm not being negative. If I'm a negative person, all these Doctor Who sites will go off, down. Okay, that's being negative. If I'm being negative, I'd be sending letters to the BBC every single day. I'd be using whatever pull I can as a publisher, as a published author, to do something with Doctor Who, or do something where I can get publicity and stuff. I mean, I'm in the paper a few times already doing my books. I never cross over with anything. I'm not even making an effort to do anything with Doctor Who and doing any negative hate. If Moffat stays, Moffat stays. If Moffat leaves, Moffat leaves. But the attention needs to be there. And I'm just opening the eyes. And if Moffat has a dartboard of my face on it, so be it. But you know what? His great episodes were under Russell T Davies. And then when he took over himself and he was his own boss, he kind of got a little lazy writing. And to explain things away in interviews, he's got to look at himself in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? Matrixlord's right. They're all right. My writing is sliding. And rather than leave, I'm going to put out the best season of Doctor Who ever, and I'm going to prove them wrong. And that's basically what it is. Weeping Angel's Statue of Liberty getting explained in an interview, that's garbage. That's garbage. Okay, leaving a Weeping Angel in New York City to terrorize the whole, millions of people, that's garbage. All right? The Doctor being cold all of a sudden, with Amy and Rory not trying to find every which way possible to save them, that is garbage. He's supposed to be the smartest Doctor ever, the longest running Doctor ever, the oldest Doctor in that incarnation ever, and he can't do it, that's garbage. If he was David Tennant's Doctor, David Tennant would find Amy and Rory. Okay? David Tennant's Doctor made it back to the alternate universe and dropped off Rose and the human Doctor when the TARDIS wasn't able to go there anymore. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? David Tennant's Doctor would do that. Matt Smith's Doctor under Moffat wouldn't do that. That's not cool. So it's not about hatred. It's about accountability. Is Doctor Who being treated fairly for the 50th anniversary? No. Why? How many episodes we have for 2013? And don't count Series 7 Part 2. Oh, what? A 50th anniversary and a Christmas special? And a Doctor drama? That's not the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. There's supposed to be Series 8. You don't sacrifice a whole series for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who for one episode. Figure it out. Figure out where the budget went. Figure out where the budget for 14 episodes went this year. And then you tell me if I'm preaching hatred. Where'd it go? You just, you're not paying for Doctor Who this year? And then these special effect towers and stuff like that, special effects places, facilities, that because Doctor Who split so much and on a break so much that, they can't even stay in business. The classic doctors that are basically ripping the BBC to piss, and you're telling me that I'm preaching hatred? Tom Baker, Sylvester McCoy, all of them coming out and saying it's a damn disgrace that they're not in it. And Pete Davidson saying we're going to do our own thing if we're not in it. Is that hatred, Happy Days 999? Are you going to start criticizing the classic doctors as being filled with hatred? Or Colin Baker, who runs a lot of Doctor Who stuff? And you know what? I joke around about Colin Baker a lot, growing up. But you know what? I have a lot of respect for the man because he does a lot of Doctor Who stuff now. And I would love for him to return as a doctor and show us his stuff. Because he was given bad scripts and stuff like that back then. It's not his fault. All right? So, I don't see... you hating on the classic doctors. I don't see you hating on the companions. I don't see you hating on John Barrowman. You see you hating every single body and their mother speaking out against the BBC and the 50th anniversary and Doctor Who. But you gotta hate on me. And see, that's the thing. It could be a wrong word for hatred, but you know what? You don't like my videos, I'm sorry. I still love Doctor Who. And when Doctor Who goes wrong, I am not going to let it canceled. I'm not going to let it get canceled. I'm going to do everything my possible. It may get canceled. I may not be anything to do anything to stop it if it does happen. But I'm going to, be as loud as possible because I love the show. And it should continue where I should be an old man, 107, sitting in a chair. My great-great-great-grandkids are watching like the 50th Doctor. That's the way it should be. All right? So, and the Doctor Who movie, that should be directly from the BBC and just an expanded adventure with the current Doctor, not something new, not a reboot. All right? And no, we shouldn't get it over here in America. It should stay where it is. It should film in America, I think. And there should be spinoffs. You know what? And like I said, it's a thing where, even as a boss in my history, okay, if I had managers that all of a sudden started losing productivity, okay, there's a conversation that needs to be had with Stephen Moffat. Okay? Listen, you're not putting out your best work. Listen, your writing is getting lazy. Listen, you're leaving out plot holes. This plot hole so much, it's like the Grand Canyon. A conversation needs to be made. And there needs to be a fixing of the problem. If it's not fixed, then it's time for someone else. But Moffat should be the one with the honor and integrity to fix his mistakes. Okay? And he's going to, hopefully. And the 50th anniversary, I hope it's great. We got UNIT, we got the Zygons, we got the Daleks, we got the Cybermen. I don't know if we have classic Doctors, but we got David Tennant, and we got Billy Piper. So, that's it. Now, is it hatred from every single fan talking about the 12th Doctor, not the 50th anniversary? No. Because that's the way things happen. All I know is that when you're talking about 50-year celebrations of anything, all I know is Paramount Pictures is going crazy with Star Trek, and they're going to make the biggest movie ever. It's, and Moffat's talking about not having a fan fest. Well, you need to. You need to, because it's not what you want. It's what we want. And we want Doctor Who around for a long, long time. And that's it. So, Happy Days 999. Dude, I'm sorry if you don't like my videos anymore. I'm not preaching hatred, man. If I hated Doctor Who, there would be no Doctor Who sites that I run. There would be no podcasts. There would be no crossover podcasts. There won't be podcasts spinning off podcasts or me talking till I'm blue in the face where I'm up with no sleep with bags under my eyes talking about Doctor Who. All right? So just understand, there's a big fine line between hatred, and hopefully one day you don't really feel hatred for someone that, maybe someone's destroying you or something. I don't know. But hatred's a strong, strong word. And I definitely don't hate Stephen Moffat or the BBC or Doctor Who. So I could criticize it as much as possible if they're doing the wrong thing. And that's it. Take care. Bye for now.